Jangan lupa like, komen, dan subscribe karena masih banyak berita lainnya di English TV. Bapak Presiden Jokowidodo dan Perdana Menteri PM Anthony Albanese mengunjungi Sumatran Village, Tarongazu, Sydney untuk melihat harimau Sumatera pada Selasa, tanggal 4 Juli tahun 2023. Meskipun cuaca gerimis saat itu, tetapi antusiasme Bapak Presiden Jokowidodo dan Perdana Menteri Albanese untuk mengelilingi area harimau di sana tetap tinggi. Sesaat setelah tiba, Bapak Presiden Jokowidodo dan Perdana Menteri Albanese memasuki lorong berbentuk kabin pesawat yang akan membawa mereka menuju area welcome bus yang menampilkan suasana Indonesia di dalamnya.
Well, Mr. President and your delegation, can I say what a privilege it is to host you here in my home city of Sydney and show the dynamism of modern Australia. And it is particularly nice to host you in this wonderful venue. I apologise that the weather isn't perfect today, but we have done our best. My first bilateral visit as Prime Minister was to Indonesia, and that is because there is no more important relationship than the relationship between our two great nations. And in the first year of my Prime Ministership, this is the fourth meeting that we have had, one of which was, of course, when you hosted the G20 meeting, one which I think symbolised Indonesia's rise and presence as one of the major economies and leaders of the world, and your personal leadership, it must be said, at that forum as well. And you have now, of course, gone from chairing the G20, you are now chairing ASEAN. And we're very much looking forward to attending the ASEAN Summit and East Asia Summit in September. We regard the centrality of ASEAN in our region as being absolutely critical. We recognise the importance of Indonesia's territorial integrity and your sovereignty as a nation, and we respect that. And we work with you on the range of issues covering the difficult geopolitical circumstances of our time. Today we have some important work to conclude, and we've already agreed on a range of important measures for our two countries, strengthening our economic development, strengthening our people-to-people ties by some of the changes that we're making to visa arrangements, helping to encourage investment, which is two-way between our two countries, so that we can have mutual benefit from that, cooperating on regional security, looking towards the opportunities that are in our region with the changing economy, including, of course, the discussions we've had about cooperating on areas such as climate change, lowering emissions, and that includes the transition that the world is seeing towards greater use of electric vehicles and the opportunity that we have there on critical minerals and other areas. The important relationship that we have on education with the addition of two more Australian universities having a presence directly in Indonesia, and seeing more Indonesians studying in Australia, but also more Australians studying in Indonesia is very much what we want to do. In 2024, we will host the ASEAN Australia Special Summit here next March, and that will be an important event for Australia. And so to you and your delegation here, from all of my team here, the senior ministers who've joined us, I thank you for your friendship. I thank you for the relationship that we have, where we are able to regularly talk with each other, not just in meetings, but to have that personal interaction as well. And I regard it as being absolutely critical to our national interest, that occur. But on a personal level, I regard it as a great honour as well, and something that the warmth between us is something that has given me a great deal of pleasure and satisfaction, and I look forward to that continuing.
Perdana Menteri Albanisi, terima kasih atas keramah tamahannya, dan saya senang dapat berkunjung kembali ke Australia. Australia adalah sahabat dan mitra strategis bagi Indonesia dan juga bagi ASEAN. Dan saya berharap pertemuan ini semakin memperkuat kerjasama bilateral dan kolaborasi kita. Perdana Menteri Albanisi, sejak annual leaders meeting tahun lalu di Bogor telah banyak perkembangan positif, dan terima kasih untuk komitmennya. Dan saya masih berharap komitmen investasi yang sedang berjalan juga dapat terrealisir, seperti pengembangan layanan kesehatan, perluasan skala tenaga kesehatan, proyek Climate and Infrastructure Partnership, dan selain ada 4 hal yang lain yang ingin saya sampaikan. Yang pertama, terkait perdagangan, sejak berlakunya Indonesia-Australia SEPA, volume perdagangan naik 90% menjadi 13,3 miliar US dollar di tahun 2022.
Setelah itu, Bapak Presiden Jokowidodo dan Perdana Menteri Albanese disambut oleh anak-anak Indonesia yang menampilkan gerak tari sembari menyanyikan lagu Abang Tukang Bakso. Penampilan anak-anak tersebut rupanya mampu mencairkan suasana sore itu menjadi lebih hangat. Bapak Presiden Jokowidodo sesekali ikut bernyanyi sambil menggerakkan tangan mengikuti gerakan yang dilakukan oleh anak-anak. Mengikuti alur selanjutnya, Bapak Presiden Jokowidodo dan Perdana Menteri Albanese memasuki area untuk melihat harimau Sumatera secara langsung. 3 harimau tampak terlihat di depan kaca saat Bapak Presiden Jokowidodo dan Perdana Menteri Albanese menghampiri tempat tersebut. Suasana hangat meliputi perjalanan kedua pemimpin negara saat menyusuri area kandang harimau di kebun binatang tersebut. Usai berkeliling, Bapak Presiden Jokowidodo kembali ke hotel tempatnya bermalam selama kunjungan sekitar pukul 16.45 waktu di Sydney.
Bakso bulat seperti bola pingpong, kalau lewat membikin perut kosong. Jadi anak janganlah suka bohong, kalau bohong digigit macan ompong.
Dari Australia, Sydney, redaksi News TV mengabarkan.